Hi, my name is Alvin. I am a tasty producer and I love steak. Steak is by far my most favorite thing to eat and cook in the entire world. It's indulgent, it's beautiful, it's juicy, and when it's done right, it is impressively delicious. And I just want to share my love of steak with you guys. So I'll be cooking you guys 3 steak dishes for you to make at home, whether you have 5 minutes, 50 minutes, or even 5 hours to make something special. So let's get cooking. Whether you're super busy or really lazy, you got 5 minutes to cook. For this scenario, we'll be cooking hanger steak. So hanger steak is a really nice cut of steak. It's super tender, has nice marbling, cooks really quickly. If you want, you could also swap this out for skirt steak. First things first, you always have to prep. Put your pan on, start heating it right away. Make sure you use a vegetable oil. Measure out your soy sauce and your honey in the same bowl. This will eventually be the finishing glaze for the steak. Season your steak liberally with salt. We're gonna do pepper later. Season both sides. Grab your cutting board and your knife. Take the plate that you'll be eating off of and throw some greens on it. I like arugula. You can use whatever greens you want. This pan is, super hot, but I'm not a rapper. All right, time to cook. I'm gonna lay in this beautiful steak. Woo! Cool. This steak is gonna cook for about 1.5 minutes per side. I'm gonna be cooking the steak to medium rare. All right, let's give it another check. Ooh, look at that crust. If there's any gray area on a steak, that's just untapped potential right there. I think it's time to flip. Oh man. To finish, we're gonna add in this soy honey glaze that we made. It's gonna reduce and get all nice and beautiful. Look at that. This is where it gets sexy. Shake that around a bit. It glazes and bubbles like that. Ooh, yo, that's nice. Steak is pretty much done, so we're gonna take it out to rest. Rest it for about 1 to 1.5 minutes. It's like the toughest minute of this entire process, I promise, but it'll all be worth it. Let's see where we're at. It's looking nice. Just look at that. Piece for me. Oh, this is good. It's nice and pink. All right, time to plate. So you might have some extra sauce in this pan from that glaze. We're not gonna let that go to waste. Spread it in a nice little pool for the steak to sit on. Then we're going to get it all under the knife. We'll go over here. You also want to make sure you fan it out a bit too. Some pepper. All these steak juices, a little bit of salad dressing. And there you have it. This is a 5-minute soy honey hanger steak with some arugula on the side. Maybe you have a bit longer to cook, like 50 minutes to an hour. So for the second time scenario, we will be cooking a bone-in ribeye. Probably one of the most popular cuts of steak. Look for really nice marbling, which is fat that's in between the muscle. The ribeye is comprised of the eye area as well as the cap area. That's the best part of the ribeye. We're gonna be doing what's called a reverse sear. First, cook it in an oven at a very low temperature, and then you sear it in the pan. First thing, always gotta season your steak. So a nice amount of salt. Gotta be pretty generous with it because kind of want to have enough seasoning for everything. We're gonna put it on a baking sheet with a rack because the rack will allow air to circulate underneath. This goes in the oven for about 40 minutes until internal temperature will read 125 degrees, and then we'll cook the rest of it. I love garlic bread, I love steak. Why not have them together? You got some time, make a meal. Might as well do it. First thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna let our butter hang over here to get really soft. Mince some garlic. We're gonna actually do this trick. Coarse salt, press, you gotta crush it. Use the salt as like an abrasive so it gets even finer and more like a paste. All right, I'm gonna chop up some parsley for some green. Gonna grate some cheese. It's worth having 2 cheeses because then your garlic bread is gonna taste a lot better. And we're gonna cut our bread in half. Let's make this thing. The same bowl I shredded the cheese in. We'll throw in the butter. Put in all this nice parsley and garlic. We're just gonna give it a really nice mix. Nice and generous. You ever get garlic bread with too much bread, not enough garlic? Well, I'm here to tell you that you can do what you want. So we're gonna wrap these in foil. Just wait for the steak to be done and we'll keep cooking. All right, let's do temperature. like around 120 or so. So we're gonna pull it. Garlic bread goes in, crank the temperature up to like 350 degrees. So I'm gonna get the pan heated with a little bit of oil. This is the steak after it's been cooked in the oven. Doesn't look too great, right? The surface is kind of gray. The inside, I promise you, is pink all the way through. Only thing it's missing is a nice, beautiful crust jacket. I'm gonna stop talking so we can cook the steak because this pan is really hot. Woo! Look at that. We're going to do a flip. Look at that. Woo! So we gotta go in with everything. The butter, the rosemary, the garlic. This honestly smells ridiculous right up in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this to the top so it doesn't overcook. And this is the best part. You take all these little good bits, put it on top of the steak, and you baste. Look at that. Whew. What this does is that infuses the surface of the steak with all these great flavors. That's just so awesome. All right, so we don't want to overcook it. So we're gonna take this, gonna render the fat on the side. We wanna get as much out of it as we can. All right, let's stop cooking it and let's take it out. Don't forget about the stuff in the pan. As the steak rests, I like to actually fry this garlic. Everything is just gonna come together pretty awesome. First, you gotta slice along the curvature of this bone, as close to the bone as possible so we don't lose any of that delicious meat. All right, so here we go. Look at this. Oh man, look at this. Y'all missing out. Go in with all the pieces, transfer that. Fan it out for presentation. Follow the way the bone is going. Around it, it smells amazing, it looks amazing. Garnish with a little bit of rosemary. This is amazing garlic butter that's still left in here. We're just gonna take a little bit and our garlic bread. Let's cut this up. Here you have it. 50-minute reverse seared bone-in ribeye with garlic butter and cheesy garlic bread. I'm gonna need a few moments. If you have 5 hours and really wanna make something special, this is, in my personal opinion, the best cut of steak. It is called the ribeye cap. It's like if filet mignon and ribeye had like a baby. It's super, super tender, but actually has a lot of fat and a lot of flavor. If you have a lot of time and you wanna make something really special, this is the perfect steak for that. We're gonna season this with some salt and pepper, both sides. This is like usually a pretty thick steak. It's got like 3 C's in it, so you gotta season a lot. Make sure you don't miss any of the sides. We're gonna be cooking this steak sous vide. And sous vide is basically a term that describes cooking food at a very low temperature in a circulating water bath. Because the temperature is so low, it's gonna take a long time. This is a machine that will essentially circulate the water as well as maintain temperature at whatever you want it to be. I'm gonna set this machine to 126 Fahrenheit and it's gonna cook for 4 hours. Because we have a lot of time to give this steak a lot of love and attention, we're gonna go make some other stuff to go with it. We're gonna make a red wine sauce to go with the steak. You don't need the most expensive wine ever, just make sure that it is a wine that you like to drink. First thing you gotta do, you gotta pour yourself a glass of wine. This will be your cooking companion. Cheers to steak. 1.5 cups of wine. Save the rest for yourself. And you're also gonna do equal parts beef stock. So another 1.5 cups. Nice wide saucepan over medium high heat until it starts to bubble and it's going to reduce by half. While we wait for the wine sauce to cook, we're just gonna drink some more wine. This is how I like to enjoy my weekends. A couple tablespoons of flour. I'm gonna throw in some softened butter, mash it together and kind of get it evenly incorporated until it becomes a paste. Get your whisk ready, and because your sauce is almost there, you take a big spoonful of this, and you're gonna wanna whisk like immediately. So we're gonna go in, and we're just gonna get in there. You wanna make sure there are no lumps, because it ain't that kind of sauce. It's getting really nice and bright and thick in color. Now I think it's time to season. So we're gonna first add a couple tablespoons of brown sugar. Break this down too, no lumps again. Kinda wanna season salt and you wanna season to taste. Really important to keep tasting as you're going. Good. This is pretty much there. I'm gonna take this off the heat. Final thing that we're gonna do is add more butter, because more butter is more better, and the butter also helps cool the sauce down. And if you're on a diet, you probably should have stopped watching this video like 3 minutes ago. Silky smooth red wine sauce. We're gonna set this aside and we're gonna work on some potatoes. While the steak cooks, we're gonna make some creamy mashed potatoes. Got about a pound of really nice golden potatoes. First, we're just gonna cook them until they're super tender. 10, 15 minutes. See you guys when you're soft. All right, bye-bye. So the potatoes are ready. Gonna scoop, oh God. Gonna scoop them out into a bowl to mash. So you just really gotta get in there. Keep going ham until we know that there's no lumps left. Mashing these potatoes in itself is already a great workout. So now this may seem like a lot of butter, and the reason for that is because it is. If you're making this for a special someone, just do not tell them how much butter you put in it, and do not let them see this video. My favorite part. Yeah, make it rain butter. And look, just like magic, the butter is seemingly disappearing into the potatoes. Gotta go pretty ham. Also gonna add some milk, give it really creamy. Just gonna season to taste. So we're gonna pass it through a sieve to make sure this is ultra creamy. Get all this into here. Pass this through. Pretty much all of it has come out. Look at that, look at how silky that is. So these are done and the steak's pretty much ready. This steak has now been in the water for about 4 hours. Internal temperature is around 125, 126. So we're just gonna take this on some paper towels. It doesn't look very appetizing, right? It's kind of brown, it's kind of gray. This is not how it's gonna look in the final form. So we're just gonna pat this dry. Moisture is your enemy. Dry the surface as much as possible to get that really hard sear. Gonna heat our oil. This pan is smoking. It's ready for the meat. So we're gonna go ahead and do my favorite part, which is sear the steak. Yeah. This is already cooked all the way through. So the only thing that we're trying to do now is get a really nice, super golden brown crust. This will need to sear for only like 20 seconds per side, and that's gonna be it for the steak. Let's take a look. Oh, let's go. All right, flip. Look at that crust. Gotta make sure we get the sides as well. So we're gonna take this guy out, let him rest. You know, we've got a lot of nice beef fat. I'm just gonna throw in some asparagus, a little bougie vegetable. I'm gonna toss that in the beef fat. Can't let all that flavor go to waste. Some salt, some pepper. I'm gonna take that out, hang out over here. And we're getting close, so we have our wonderful potatoes, our red wine sauce. Make sure you have like everything ready because it's time to cut the steak. So there's actually a string. Use clean kitchen scissors to cut the string off. Take it out. All right, that's the string. Let's cut this steak. Ooh, look at that. This is the best day ever. This last piece. Oh my God, look at this steak. And I think it's time to plate. If you need to, you can rewarm the potatoes or the sauce in the microwave or in the pan. And if you're spending 5 hours on a steak, you might as well go all out. And every one of these sides really does help take that steak to the next level. The red wine sauce just brings that nice acidity and sweetness. You got the creaminess from the mashed potatoes, nice snap and crunch from the asparagus. Of course, the star of the show, the steak. All that rich beefiness and juiciness just really goes together with everything that's on the plate. Yes. There it is. This is our 5-hour prime ribeye cap with creamy mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, and a red wine sauce. So, see you guys later. Whether you have 5 minutes, 50 minutes, or even 5 hours to cook, steak is something I think that you can enjoy at home no matter what. So hopefully the 3 dishes that we made today show you that no matter how busy or chill your day might be, there is always time to cook. And until next time, peace.